On Saturday, I had the sixth ever college football 20-dime release in my 15 years here since I started these websites, and SMU delivered by exactly 21 points, 49-28 over Connecticut. And you got it as the half-price play of the day. And I released that play because I had been on a heck of a roll coming into Saturday. I had won 12 of the previous 16 days, and I felt that was the time to definitely press the action, and it paid off. Now, the fact that SMU needed to score 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter in order to get that cover is inconsequential. And the reason I say that is this: a win is a win, a loss is a loss. And I've always said that to you because there is no in between. And you know, when they go to cash that winning ticket at the cashier's window, they don't say, "Oh, I'm sorry, we're going to pay you less because of the way your team covered." And the fact is, how many times have you suffered agonizing, absolutely horrific bad beats when the team you're betting on gets backdoored in the final minute? So you're allowed to win in the most lucky of fashions. And ultimately, I've always maintained that when you're in a losing streak, when you're on the bad side of those bad beats, you never think you're going to get a break that goes in your direction. But again, I've always maintained that over the long haul, more often than not, those bad beats go more often in your favor than not. And over that long haul, that you ultimately win more than you lose. But again, when you're in the middle of those losing streaks and when you're coming off one of those bad beats, you don't want to see that the glass is half full. No, you don't even want to see the glass. Well, maybe you want to see the glass and you want to have something in it and you want to be drinking from it. That's all you want to be bothered with that glass. I understand that. So yesterday, I won that play, and listen, today I feel the exact same way. There is another game on the board that I love, and again, I am going for it today. An ultra-rare 20-dime play in the NFL. My first one, in fact, since October of 2015 in the NFL. Only my fourth since the 2013 NFL season. And I found a team that I feel will roll by at least 17 points today. And as I told you, in case you missed yesterday's video report, normally I rate my plays on a 5 to 15 dime scale. I don't believe in having all these 100 million star rated plays, these 500 dime releases. I want people to know exactly how I like a play. 5, 10, and 15 dimes. So when I release a play, you know exactly how strong it is, period. I like that. So when I release a 20-dime play, it's not because I'm telling you to, cash in your son's tuition fund. I'm not telling you to hide the mortgage from the wife. No, I'm telling you that if you've been along with me for this role as I go for winning day number 13 out of 17 today, then you've accumulated a bankroll. You're playing just like me with somebody else's money. And this is the time to step it up, because what better time to press the action than when you're on the roll? You don't walk away from a winning table when you're on a roll. So that's what I'm doing again today. I won yesterday. I won Friday. I won Thursday. I won Wednesday. I'm going for winning day 13 out of 17, and I'm doing it again once more. And again, it happens to be the half price play of the day, and that coupon code is, let's be original. Yes, the word is half, H-A-L-F, as I also continue to prove to you that you don't have to spend big money to make big money. Also, props going out to Shawn Michaels. First 100-dime college football release of the season last night. How easy was that one? UNLV rolling as a 17-point home favorite, 41-13 over San Jose State. That was one of my free plays, as I hit 2 out of 3 free plays for you yesterday. Also giving you Ohio over UMass as the other complimentary winner, losing with Kansas State against Baylor. But hey, 2 out of 3 with the free plays. I'll take it, as you will you. He is the winningest football handicapper at this site over the past 6 years, making $10 bettors a little over $20,400. He has his first NFL 100-dime release today. And that goes on the early card, his 2017 Road Round of the Year. Of course, he closed last season in the playoffs on a 5-1 roll with 100-dime releases, and including that little team, the Patriots, in the postseason. So that is going for him. And it's funny, I noticed he didn't put on his website today, but his 100-dime releases in the NFL, he's on a 71-43 roll. And that is for over half price off. And Joey Crutel, the guy who is one of the producers of the HBO show Ballers, which stars Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, who joined the site here at the outset of the football season. Did you check out the pictures on his page in the gallery with Dwayne and so many of the athletes. I mean, it's a really cool gallery. It's always constantly being updated. He's now 3-0 with his college football 100-dime max ticket releases after cashing in with Florida yesterday. He's had 5 of them since he joined the site in football. He's hit 4 out of 5, and he has another one going today on the late game between the Raiders and the Broncos, and that's over half price off. So let's get to your complimentary plays today. I have 3 of them on the early card. Let's start with the game between the Bengals and the Browns, 2 0-3 teams. But I am going with the Bengals, even though I'm the first one to always say you don't put bad money on good money on bad teams. Well, hey, it's equalized when you have 2 bad teams, right? Plus somebody has to cover. So I'm going to go with the Bengals. I'm going to buy down the half point because this line is 3. And again, I don't care if it's 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5. I'm buying the half point down on Cincinnati. The Bengals have won 5 straight in the series. All of those wins by 13 points or more. Those 5 straight wins in the series by a combined total margin of 152 points to 40. In fact, I think the last 3 wins in Cleveland have come by a combined score of 90-13. Now, prior to last week's game at Green Bay, the Bengals, after their 0-2 start, they fired their offensive coordinator. They promoted their quarterbacks coach to take over as OC. And my God, on their first drive, they scored a touchdown. And my goodness, Andy Dalton remembered how to play quarterback. And he actually played pretty well at quarterback. Now, a lot of people say that's because the Packers were injury-riddled last week on defense, had a lot of injuries on their front line and in their secondary. But the fact remains that Dalton played well, 21-27, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns. More importantly, he remembered, hey, over there, I got this guy, A.J. Green, and he's pretty good. If I get him the ball, sometimes good things happen. And A.J. Green, who had 10 catches combined in the first 2 games, he had 10 receptions last week at Green Bay for 111 yards and 1 touchdown. So the Bengals, I like them to bounce here back and get their first win. Browns, meanwhile, coming off a loss at Indianapolis. The final score, forget about it, because they were down 31-14 in the fourth quarter before making it a respectable game. Their rookie quarterback, second straight 3-interception game, 7 interceptions so far on the season. His 52.8 completion ratio, his 53.2 quarterback rating is the worst in the league among starting quarterbacks. He's already been sacked 10 times in 3 games. I think the Bengals unleash their frustrations today against a team they've beaten up habitually over the years. And I love Cincinnati here. I mean, you wanted some ATS stats. Are they really important? I mean, I don't really know, but I'll give them some to you. I mean, Browns 2-10 against the spread, or 2-8 against the spread. Their last 10 at home, 6-22-1 against the spread. Their last 29 overall. And the Bengals have covered 10 of their last 14 games against teams with losing records. Now, what does that mean? Absolutely nothing. Just bet the Bengals. That's the way to go. I'm going to go with Jacksonville. Let me think the last time I backed Jacksonville. Can't remember. It's probably been years. Minus the 3. First time they've been on the road as a favorite since 2011. Listen, they ran for 166 yards last week in the win in London against Baltimore. Their defense held the Ravens to 186 yards and forced 3 turnovers in that 44-7 win. Jets outgained Miami 338-225 last week at home. What does that mean? Absolutely nothing as far as I'm concerned. I like the way Jacksonville's getting pressure on opposing quarterbacks. They already have 13 sacks in 3 games. That leads the NFL. So the Jets beat Miami 20-6. That's how I feel about it. I don't really care. They held Jay Ajayi to 16 yards on 11 carries, but he was playing with a little bit of a knee injury. And on the season, they're still allowing opposing backs to average 4.8 yards a carry. Jaguars have done a good job running the ball, 4.2 yards a carry. That means Blake Bortles, who, this is another thing I don't think I've ever said, he's playing well because he's had some ground support. He's completing 59% of his passes, 6 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, and he's only been sacked 2 times. So I'm willing to lay the 3 points with Jacksonville and, again, buy down the half point on the Jags. And finally, I'm going to go with the New England Patriots because sooner or later they got to cover a game at home, right? They lose outright to Kansas City. They need a big rally to come back and beat Houston with a game-winning touchdown pass by Tom Brady with 23 seconds to go. But listen, Carolina, Cam Newton, clearly something's wrong with the shoulder. He just doesn't look right out there. He was pulled from last week's home loss to the Saints. He had some limited practice sessions this week for the Panthers. Greg Olsen, his number one target, is out with a broken foot. Patriots, again, their defense has been pathetic. They just can't stop anybody. They have no pass rush. They're last in the league in yards allowed, last in passing yards allowed, last in points allowed, 31.7 a game. But they're a 9-point favorite, and sooner or later, they're going to stop somebody, although I think today it's going to be more the case that the Panthers are going to stop themselves. And sooner or later, they're going to keep outscoring somebody. And I think this has all the earmarks of like a 34-17 game for New England. So I like the Patriots today. Number one free pick, again, it's going to be the Bengals. Number two, I would lean actually more toward the Patriots than Jacksonville. So again, the Bengals, the Patriots, and then the Jags, your three complimentary plays. All your discount coupons are over on the website. That'll do it, and we'll do it again tomorrow.